Okay, welcome to the High Ticket Masterclass. I'm so happy that you've joined me, and I'm really excited to share some very, very valuable information that will help you with your mindset, but also with the skills and the how-to required for you to start selling high-ticket programs, coaching programs today. That's my intention. What's your intention? Type it below. Why are you here? What stage are you at? And what do you most want to get from this masterclass? If I don't have it covered and I see your comment, I will cover it. Or I can comment on your comment afterwards if it's not live. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and find my slides. Yay, they're here. And I'm going to go into presenter mode. Right. So how to get up and running and selling high-ticket programs in your coaching business fast, fast, fast is the theme for today. No messing about, just action, action, action. Okay, so I just want to introduce myself. I'm sorry, I know it's boring for people who know me, but for if you're new to me, I do want you to know a bit about me. I'm a coach and coach trainer. I founded the Fired Up Coaching Academy, which is a year-long academy to help you to learn how to coach and to support you with your growing your business. And there's an optional coaching certification as an add-on that you can also include with that. I've got 3 children. Well, they're not children anymore, 2018 and 15. They were all born in Switzerland, but I come from Ireland. I left Ireland I came to Switzerland in 1993 to work for the UN a long time ago. Lived in 7 countries total. Not all work related. One was the placement in Kenya was. I was a trailing spouse, although when I was there, I was working over Skype with clients. That was back in 2013. A master's in education, specializing in dyslexia. I'm very passionate about neurodiversity, neurodivergence, and about the brain. Really passionate about that. It's just fascinating what machines we are. So that's what I did when I left the UN. Originally, I created a company called Love to Learn, and I worked with mainly children, some adults with dyslexia. And I really enjoyed that. But then I got into the work of Byron Katie through a friend who was going through a stressful time, and she was handling it just incredibly. And I said, "What?" I distinctly remember asking her the question, "What's your secret?" And she said, "This thing called the work." And at first I thought it was this weird tool, but I became fascinated because I saw the result of the work. And then eventually, it took me a long time. I was just watching videos on YouTube, and eventually I applied it to my own life. And that was, I remember distinctly the moment where I did my first worksheet. You do these structured worksheets. It's cognitive behavioral therapy, and you identify stressful beliefs and ask yourself questions related to that stressful belief to shift your perspective, and you discover that the external circumstance is not causing you stress, your mind is. And it's such a freeing technique. And when I really got that the first time and got that inner freedom and love and connection back with a person that I was judging somebody on this worksheet. And then I got to step into their shoes and really understand them better. And I thought, wow, this is really going to serve me in my life. And I'm so grateful that that was my first ever training and introduction to coaching and facilitation was, self-coaching and learning, how to manage my emotions and learning where freedom lies, and it lies inside of us, no matter what's going on outside of us. But then I did become excited about coaching. I hired a coach for my business, and I thought, wow, I remember the word possibility, and I love that word possibility. What's possible? Actually, before going live, I just got this download, this message, I really want everybody watching and on the replay, to really decide, like my father used to say, actually, he used to say this going out to work in the mornings. He would say, remember, today is the first day of the rest of your life. And it's true. It is the first day of the rest of your life. And maybe it's afternoon or evening where you are. That doesn't matter. It's just in any moment. And one great mentor that I had great influence on my coaching journey, she's called Katrina Ruth. I remember when I took my first high level program with her, she said, your reality can change in an instant. And I remember when I heard that, I think it was like I had to get up at 2 a.m. or something because she was in Australia. And I remember it was like the middle of the night and I got up to listen to this, this first program I took with her. And I put it on my phone. I put it as the wallpaper on my phone. Your reality can change in an instant. And I think it's really important to realize that that is the truth. And you know how it changes? With a decision. When you decide, yes, I'm up leveling, I'm claiming more for me. And why not? It's not greedy. God wants us to claim, life wants us to claim that. And because it involves growth, right? And we're just like nature, everything in nature grows. And we're the same. So, have fun. Life's a playground, and decide today's the first day of the rest of your life. And I really want to inject that energy. And I don't really like to use the word hope very much because it's more than hope. But if hope works for you, if that's a start for you, then that's great. But I want you to experience more than hope. I want you to experience belief in yourself, and belief that you can create the future that you want to create. Because I've had some incredible mentors to help me to feel that and know that that was possibility. And I want to pay it forward to transfer that onto you, because literally anyone can create, can transform their future vision. It doesn't have to be same old. And it's when you make that decision, and it's usually that somebody will inspire you. So if in any way I can do that today, I'll be very, very happy, because you have so much power inside of you. And I want you to really understand that and believe that. Okay, so I just want to share just my story in photos, a few photos. I'm going to go through them very quickly. I literally found these on my camera roll, but it just is a few highlights from my journey. This was when I certified. It took 3.5 years. I became a certified facilitator of the work of Byron Katie. This on the steps where we're sitting there, I'm in the green jacket on the bottom step. And that was when we certified in January 2012, and it's in front of Byron Katie's Institute for the Work in Ojai, really nice place actually in California. And yeah, I'm in the middle in the other photo with the stripy top. So it feels like yesterday in a way. Oh my God, it's like 12 years ago. But that was a wonderful experience. You cannot hear the sound, I'm sorry, but I was living in Nairobi, and I worked with women from the Nairobi slums. They were incredible teachers for me. Interestingly, and this is relevant to high ticket, because this was on the last day, and they were thanking me for the stress management workshops that I delivered. And it was really a precious moment for me. Simultaneously, like I said, I was working over Skype. I don't use Skype at all anymore, but at the time I remember it was Skype. And I was working with a client who was one of the richest people in Switzerland. And I can tell you that that person was having just as many sleepless nights as these women were. So really, the reason I want to share that is, if you're wanting to attract high ticket clients, you might feel daunted by, oh my God, those people, that they're different. They're no different. They have the same problems. They have a different environment, but you can help anybody at any stage of life. And don't be intimidated by that. One coach that I've worked with is called Rich Litvin. He wrote the book called The Prosperous Coach. And he advises to reach out to people who are ahead of you, and offer to coach them. So there's a little challenge for you. Don't be intimidated. We're all human, and we've all got struggles that are gifted to us by life, I believe, by God, to help us to raise our level of consciousness. And no matter what our environment is, we're all on that path, and we're all going to end up in the same place, right? Okay. This was in Montreal in 2016 with David Nagel. He was a great mindset coach. He influenced my journey a lot. He worked directly with Bob Proctor, so there's a lot of Bob Proctor's teachings, and that was a great teacher. I'm sharing, this happened in 2016. It's a self-love retreat that I gave in Ibiza with a fabulous group of mainly women, some men. And it was wonderful. And I've had many niches. I've positioned myself as a coach in many, many different areas. I'm multi-passionate, and at the time it was self-love. That's what I was really focusing on. So just to let you know, and it's normal that you're going to change and evolve and probably won't be in the same niche for the rest of your life, and that's okay. Okay, this was in the Ritz in Paris in May 2017. Yes, I am filming the bathroom. I love bathrooms in fancy places. The golden bin. The sound is silenced, but I was literally saying the bin is gold. That was awesome. I was masterminding with Livia Kyra and Market. I don't remember her last name, but she's in Holland. She's a great niche at the time. Her message was "Money is love," and that's beautiful because money is love. And we have quite a bit of um, baggage around the money topic that it's in our interest to release that, especially if you want to be a high ticket coach selling high ticket programs. Then yeah, definitely you want to hang out in places that are, go to the hotel and pay the extra $2 or 2 francs or €2 for your coffee so that you can surround yourself in and really tap into that premium VIP kind of vibe. You don't have to, it's not essential because you got to be you don't want to be fake, right? But there's something about being around the Ritz in Paris was a lovely experience, and I'm a big fan of Princess Diana, so that was she had her last dinner there, so I really thought of her when I was there as well. So, and by the way, if you sign up for my high ticket 1 year long, I'm not going to share about that today, but I have a 1 year long VIP program where you get like really high end access to me, and I will take you to the Ritz in Paris as part of that for certain. Okay, that was 2017. Regan Hillier, she's very well known in the Mind Valley community now, which is awesome for her. I worked with her back in 2017. And she doesn't offer this anymore, but I became a laser certified coach, which was a great program where you learn from start to finish in 20 minutes to laser coach a client. And it's incredible how and actually clients at a higher level don't have time. They want the result faster. So 20 minutes is kind of common for people at that level. The coaching calls are that long, not an hour long unless you're doing kind of hands-on deeper work, but that was very powerful coaching. And then Katrina Ruth, who had a big influence in my life. I attended a workshop in New York with her in 2018, Soul Shift and Money Making Day. That was great. So yeah, and actually there's people there that are pretty well known now. Sarah Dan, she's great, and Mandy Perry, a few others probably as well. But yeah, it's awesome to have photos of them from back then. In 2019, I was in Krakow, Poland with Peter Sage, and I don't remember the name of the workshop, but it was kind of Tony Robbins-like because he worked directly with Tony Robbins, and Krakow was an amazing place to visit. And then I did a lot of online trainings. You can see I've done a lot of trainings, but I am a lifelong learner. I'm continuing to learn. I'm very passionate about learning, and yeah, I'm like I need 7 lives for all I want to learn, really. But yeah, I did an executive coaching certification in 2020 with a great executive coaching company in Florida. Andrew Neatlick, not Michael, actually, Andrew Neatlick is the founder of that. And then I trained to be a money coach with Money Coach Institute in the US. I did the Sacred Money Archetypes training that's quite well known with Kendall Summerhawk. Denise Duffield-Thomas is quite well known for the Sacred Money Archetypes, but she learned it from Kendall Summerhawk. If you know Denise Duffield-Thomas. Denise Duffield-Thomas is actually the first kind of book that she has a book called Get Rich Lucky Bitch. And I purchased that back in 2014, I think. And then I think I found a Facebook group online, and yeah, that's where it all started for me back then. And then I also became a certified emotional intelligence assessor with Genesis International. Emotional intelligence is just, regulating our emotions and learning how to is so important. That was more actually how to measure emotional intelligence. But yeah, it's something that I'm also very passionate about. Just learning how to be a good human. This was just a fun photo I found, not of me. I was reading a book about a book written by Carl Jung, but I was flying with a client to Chicago business class, and that was fun to share. So that was with a high ticket client. And then in 2020, was this 2022? No, it was 23. It was last year in September. I was in Orlando, Florida at Funnel Hacking Live. And this is a dream of mine. I'll share a little bit more about it later, about the manifestation. But ClickFunnels is a software that I use. And Russell Brunson is the founder of ClickFunnels. There's a little clip of him on stage, and he's talking about it was very humble sharing, vulnerable sharing about his massive goal, and it was just incredible. I was there as a VIP. It was amazing. It was. I did not intend to go there as a VIP, but I have been manifesting that I will get something called the 2 Comma Club Award, which I'll share more about later in the training. And incredible synchronicities. Somebody put me in touch with somebody in Geneva that is in Russell's inner circle, and she was going, and she said, come along and I can get you upgraded to a VIP. So that was awesome. So I had front row seats, and I was really exposed to what's possible, possibility, right? Possibility. And it's great. It's really important to be around those people as much as you can, to remind yourself of what's possible. This was a great moment. I was grinning from ear to ear because I met Benjamin Hardy. He's written several books. 10x is easier than 2x is one of my favorites, his most recent. He was a famous a blogger that went viral, and I used to read his blogs back when he, really wasn't well known, but now he's big. But he's a great guy, and it was a real pleasure to meet him in Orlando. I would highly recommend his book, 10x is easier than 2x, and I can summarize it for you right now. It's basically cut out 80% of what you're doing and just focus, which is going to be a theme in this masterclass. Focus on the 20%. Then there's lots of others. This is just a handful. There's so many people that have influenced my journey, but I did a program at Sigrid with Jeff Walker, who's the famous launch coach. I'm very spiritual, and my biggest influences have been Dr. Joe Dispenza, who I'm meeting this weekend in person with the 7,999 other people. There's going to be 8,000 of us for a progressive workshop in Basel. I'm super excited. Muji, I love as well. Michael A. Singer, who wrote The Untethered Soul, great book. Eckhart Tolle. There's lots. Jesus. There's lots that I follow and dip into. And then I'm also very passionate about fitness and health and hormonal balance and mental health as well as physical health. Kim Constable was my the original influencer who got me in the gym. I took some of her programs. And then I hired her coach, Mark Getty. That's me with Mark Getty in Belfast, doing a training session with him. He's known as the Irish Hulk. And it's been amazing. It's really transformed my life. My fitness, just what I decided to claim, basically, because I was so clueless and intimidated inside the gym. And I was just chatting with somebody close to me yesterday. She was saying she's just joined the gym, and she said it's so intimidating. And I said, I know, I remember. And think now that now I have another coach because I wanted to hire a local coach because I want to compete. I want to get to stage in a bikini competition. So I'm working for a year with a local coach. So I'm really serious about it. So I'm no different to anybody else. It's just that I've decided to claim it for myself. And so I share that because, what do you want to claim for yourself? People think, oh my God, but no, it's just deciding. It's a decision. And then you just show up, discipline every day. And I wish I knew. It's much easier than I thought it was. It's just a little bit of extra effort, and I wish I knew this 30 years ago. Anyway, we takes as long as it takes to get wisdom, right? So my intention is that you leave this training, this masterclass, knowing how to get up and running and selling high-ticket coaching programs fast, without selling your soul, working day and night. We don't want that. Our health is our wealth. Without spamming people with annoying DMs, which is cringe, and I got one earlier today, or entering a saturated market fighting over leftovers. I put that there because people think, oh, well, the coaching market is saturated. It's absolutely not saturated at all. There's so many people out there that don't have a coach and aren't aware of how powerful coaching is. So if you've got good messaging, you can help them to go, oh, really? They achieve that through coaching? Oh, and then they can come into the coaching world, hire coaches. So there's, how many people do you know that have a coach, as opposed to how many people do you know that don't have a coach? So they're your future clients as well. So it's not saturated. The world needs more great coaches, a lot more. Okay. So, okay. Oh, and I'm sorry, I haven't been reading comments, but I will definitely. Thank you, Betty, for commenting, to learn how to get out there with confidence and to serve people at a higher level. Awesome, awesome. Right. Yeah, confidence. That's a big one. That's a big one. Thank you. I will touch on that. Okay, so stay until the end, and I'm going to share a funny story about how I got 4 free dresses. I'm wearing one of them. You see the one number 4? I had people vote on them, and 4 seems to be the winner, although I like number 2 personally. With the red shoes, the Louboutins, and I'm going to share the Louboutin story as well. So stay until the end, and I promise you, I will share that story. It's fun. Okay, and you can get dresses too, or trousers if you're a man. Okay, I want you to know something. If this is this masterclass is for people at the beginning stage, and also for those if you've been at it for a few years. I want you to know something, even if you've been at it for 10 years, and if you've been working super hard and you're not breaking through, and if you've invested and you're not seeing the returns yet that you'd hoped for, there is something really important to know that I hope will help you to feel better about that. Is it's not your fault. Because there are so many great marketers out there, and some are really well-meaning, and others are, it's just, a cookie cutter approach that you get lost in a group, and you don't get the results that you were hoping for, because it's hard to do it alone. There's so much mindset gunk to work through, and fear, that confidence thing. And so if you don't feel like you have the confidence to show up, it's so easy to hide. And so you might have invested in something that didn't serve you. What we really need is somebody to hold our hand and say, you've got this, and this is the next step, and this is the next step. So don't be too hard on yourself. We have all, including me, I promise you, made investment mistakes, and it's all part of the journey. But you keep going. You build stronger muscles, stronger resilience muscle. But they are like these Venus flytrap, they're like, buy my program. This is what you need. This is what you need. This is what you need. Come here. And I see it. I see people getting snapped up, into these. And these are just an example. I'm very proud of this. I created this by hand myself. I typed all these things in. And this is just an example of all the different things you need to do. You need to have you don't need to, by the way, have all of these things, but you'll be told you need to have a website. You'll be told you need a YouTube channel. You'll be told you need to go on TikTok. You'll be told you need to write blogs, to go on Twitter, which is now called X, to go on school. I don't do these things. I'm just sharing with you that there's so many different things. If you read these and comment below if you felt overwhelmed yourself from all the different things that you feel you should be doing. Oh my God, the newsletter I have to do, the podcast I have to do, and I have to keep up with it. And it can feel so overwhelming. So one of the main messages I want you to get from this masterclass, and this is the advantage of high ticket coaching, is you don't need a lot of clients, and you have space, and you don't need all of this stuff. You work on, for me, I work in flow. I work on inspiration, and I just refuse to allow myself to be, like, just thinking, of course, do that and that and that and that and that, and running after my tail. Because again, our health is our wealth, and you don't have to. So you can take control of your business. You are not at the mercy of the overwhelm. It really is, again, a decision. You can take your life in your hands and your business in your hands and quickly transform it into a simple, streamlined business selling high-ticket programs. So let's just take a deep breath in and release it and decide, yes, I am releasing all that overwhelm now. I can keep it simple. And actually, that is advancing in your business. Complicating it is the opposite. You'll notice that people at the top, they do very little. Now, of course, they can outsource a lot. And I know that's not possible in the early stages, but I can also tell you that you could probably scrape a few things off and be efficient rather than, with an impactful with what you do. It's better to have a really powerful, impactful message that comes from your heart rather than like, that's why for me, for example, I don't like to plan my social media content for the month and like share it daily, because energetically I just like to strike while the iron's hot and share it out. Some people do and it works for them, and you have to know yourself. There's no right way to do it. You have to know yourself. And I remember Katrina Ruth saying that as well, that she would never schedule content for that reason, energetically, and it really resonated with me. So personally, I've not been attracted to that. Now you might comment below and say, oh, it changed my life when I created 30 posts and shared them out one daily. That it's a possibility, but you have to also know what works for you in order to be in that flow and to keep the passion alive in your business, because it's really important to have that passion there, because sometimes it can get tough as an entrepreneur. So it's important that you love it. So a simple, structured business is possible for you. You've got to be very clear about what you want. And that part is not so easy, by the way. It's a big, important decision. In saying that, don't worry. I always say, like, just make a decision, because you can change the decision later. So don't let that stop you either from not moving forward. Don't ever let it stop you saying, oh, well, I haven't decided on my positioning yet, so I can't move forward. Choose one, and then it might change. So you've got to be clear about what you want and be very strong to not let yourself be pulled in by external influences that don't directly support your vision. So it's making a decision and sticking to it and just deciding, I'm going to stick to this and I'm going to see it through, rather than like swaying. And I've been there, I've done that. So I've learned from experience that staying the course is the best thing, course correcting rather than, switching niche again. And that's tiring. Okay, so having someone to keep you focused on doing the right thing will make all the difference. And I'm a lot more experienced, and I guess it takes as long as it takes to really know what I can help clients with that, to know what positioning is best for you. Because, by the way, just going back to that, I would definitely advise not to. Now, some coaches, and I've seen this and I've experienced this, a business coach will say, you should position yourself as that because that's best for the market. And whilst that might be true, you've really got to be behind it and feel it. Because if you don't energetically, you're just not going to be out there excited. So it would be much better to choose a niche that maybe isn't as good for the market. By the way, when you're a high-ticket coach, you don't need hundreds of clients. It's a very niche market. It's a very, you're just going to work with a few clients. So you can afford to, it's important to choose something that you're really passionate about. It should be, as far as possible, though, a tangible result. I'll talk about that later. You are worthy of living the life of your dreams, period. And we have decided, didn't we, at the start, that today is the first day of the rest of your life and that your reality can change in an instant. So decide now, you are worthy. Gotta claim it. Claim it. Are you ready to claim it? Type yes in the comments if you are ready to claim that upgraded, up-leveled life. And if it's not too weird and people around you won't get a fright, you can shout, yes, I'm ready, God damn it. And I'm worthy and I deserve it. Energetically, claim it now. Let's do this. Okay, so this is going to help you if you're a beginner. It's also going to help you if you are more experienced. At every level, you are going to gain something from it. Here's something you're going to gain from it. I'm going to dive in now and teach about 3 secrets. And yes, thank you for commenting that you are ready. Okay, so look at this picture, and what comes to your mind when you see it? It's money. As you know, it's money. I don't have to tell you that today. And just notice what comes up for you. Just notice when you're looking at that. And if you're writing, if you've got a pen and paper, you just write it down. It's a really good observation exercise. What does it bring up for you? Write down what it brings up for you. Because that can be quite telling. I mean, look at this. I have a pen here, the purple pen I was writing with. What comes up for you when you see that? Do you have, emotionally, is it something different than seeing the picture of the money? I bet it is. So if you're not saying money is love, and I love money and money loves me, if that wasn't what you wrote down, then that is a top tip for you, that there's some work to do there on changing your relationship with money, because your relationship with money, and especially if you're becoming a high ticket coach, there is money mindset work to be done. You've got to be okay with big numbers and not kind of okay, because you're worthy and deserving, and it's nothing more than a value exchange. When you're providing a high value result, the more pain that the client is in, by the way, the more they're willing to invest. So when you're choosing your niche, choose a niche where there's pain that can be solved, right? If it's something that they can take it or leave it, like, I don't know, randomly thinking like, I will help you to plan around, to plan around the world trip. Actually, that could be a really good niche for people who are on retirement and they have a dream to travel around the world. So, and that's also, they don't have to be in pain, but you've got a really valuable solution that will save them time. If it's, oh, sorry, my dog is coughing. um, and so that will save them time if they hire you. People will pay for time efficiency to get something faster because, hey, life is short, so why not, right? For example. Okay, so the 3 secrets. I'm going to dive in on the 3 secrets, which the first one is the number one reason why most coaches fail. How you can avoid this Venus flytrap that so many online coaches go down, and what you must do instead. Venus flytrap path, I guess, the path that so many coaches go down, and what to do instead. The second secret I'm going to cover is the foolproof way you can guarantee your success as an online coach, leaving no room for failure, a failure-free zone. And number 3, the surefire system that attracts high-ticket coaching clients on autopilot fast while you walk your dog, if you have one. I happen to have one. And yeah, I have a story to tell around that. You can replace that with whilst you are watching your favorite Netflix show or something. If you don't have a dog, comment below if you have a dog or a cat. Okay, secret number 1, the number 1 reason why most coaches fail. Let me dive into this. Simple scales, fancy fails. You might have seen this in previous masterclasses I've shared, but we can never see this graph enough. Simple scales, fancy fails. Complex is another word. Complex is the same as fancy. If it's complicated, and mea culpa of this, if it's complicated, then it's going to be too hard when you're growing, and when you're, because you do your high ticket coaching, and then when you get to a certain level, you can hire staff to help you to with Facebook ads and to scale, right? And to reach wider audiences. But you want to keep it simple simple and streamlined, be very clear about what your offers are and what levels that they're at. And if it's overcomplicated, it fails, basically. So again, be careful of those, people saying, you got to do this, you got to do that, and you've definitely got to give a TED talk. And I mean, these are all nice to haves, and they'll get you ahead, but at the start, it's all distractions. I'm going to share with you exactly what you need. So be very careful from now on. And just to think of this image in the future, if somebody's trying to pull you into some program or system that's not keeping it simple, and with these 4 steps I'm going to share with you, then say, oh, not available for the Venus flytrap. Okay, because you do not want to. And I just had it today, actually. Somebody messaged me, sent me a private DM about, hey, come join our school community because you're going to, I don't know, transform your life. And I just read school, SKOOL. And I'm sure, I've heard great things about it. I know it's great. I'm not interested. I don't need it. My clients are everywhere, and I don't need to go on school and change everything. And, I prefer to invest my time in creating content for the part of Coaching Academy, for example, rather than learning something new, a distraction that I don't need. So be really, really, you got to be strategic and clever about how you're planning and using your time. And remember again that clients are absolutely everywhere. So choose one route and stick with it. I mean, one route, I'm saying that I'm on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn, but Facebook would be my primary area to place to market. So Dr. Benjamin Hardy, to quote him, he says, achieve more by doing less. Imagine, what if you did less and you actually achieved more? I think that's possible. Read his book and there's countless examples of why it is possible. And to think about that, I mean, if you had to shave 80% off of your to-do list, what a joy. Yeah. What would you do? What would you not do anymore? And maybe at this stage it might be 80%, even if it was like 20 or 40% that you were to remove and just say, okay, I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm just going to do like Neve said. Wait, I haven't told you what to do yet, but I want you to really think about, is this necessary? Is this necessary? And also focus on the money-making activities first, if in doubt about what to focus on. So, and they're usually the ones that we avoid because they're outside of our comfort zone. Okay, secret number 2, the foolproof way you can guarantee your success, leaving no room for failure. This really is about mindset. So first, have a tangible goal, and you got to make that goal non-negotiable. I'm going to share a personal story about that, but that means there's an expression, do it until, and I love that expression. It's like, well, I'm not available for failure, and that's a decision. It's like, I'm going to do it until, I'm going to figure it out. And, when you lock that mindset in and keep it there, there's a famous, I wish I could find it actually, send it to me if you happen to have a copy of it, that photo of somebody, he's digging for gold, or he's got an axe and he's banging against the wall because he was told there was gold there, and then he gives up, and then somebody else comes in and they hit the axe and the gold comes immediately, and he was like, that close. And so it's like that, you just got to believe that. And it's the ones that really push through the hard times and stay the course and believe in themselves and say, I'll figure it out. And the ones that are not afraid to fail, the more that you fail, the more success you will have. The most successful people are the ones that have failed the most. Think about it. I can't remember who I'm quoting, but it's a fact. People that are successful, they all have stories of failure along the way. Like Dyson, he's like a multi-gazillionaire, and he was a failure for a very long time, but he believed in himself. And there's many like that. Walt Disney, great story about when Disney World opened, and Walt had, I'm not sure how many years before he had passed, but he wasn't there for the opening, and somebody said to his wife, it's such a pity that Walt isn't here to see this. And his wife said, oh, he's seen it already for many years. He visualized it for many years. So you've got to have a tangible goal, keep it in your vision, and decide that it's non-negotiable. It really is like, that energy. It's so much about mindset. Success is so much about mindset. It's ridiculous that when people say, oh yeah, well, it's just because times are hard right now, or it's because of the economy, or it's because of, I don't know, so many different reasons that I'm not even going to touch on, because actually, well, if that was the case, then those people over there wouldn't be successful. It's a mindset. And it's also about helping people to realize that coaching will help them. There's a lot of people out there that don't have coaches, that just don't understand. We've got to educate them on the benefits of coaching. Okay, so here's my tangible goal. It's great to have a tangible goal. There's me with my 2 Comma Club award. I was trying to get a photo of me holding it. I couldn't quite, but I did. I didn't Photoshop, I Canva shopped. You see my name on there, Fired Up Coaching 2025, because I want to get a 2 Comma Club award. Now, that is in ClickFunnels. If you make $1 million in sales from a funnel, you get a 2 Comma Club award. And this has been my vision for a few years. So I'm going to do it until, I want that award, goddammit. And, my goal is to have it in February 2025. If I don't make it in February 2025, there's no way I'm giving up. I'm doing it until. And, it's a tangible thing that will that I think is really, evidence of, yes, I stayed the course and I worked hard, and I worked wisely, and I learned and I course corrected, and now I have my lovely award. Okay. Another goal I have is to speak at TED. Honestly, this is an easy goal. I think it's something that it's just not my top priority right now. But again, put yourself, as much as possible in that energy. And I did stand on the red dot at TEDx in Lausanne when I attended a how to give a TED talk presentation and a TEDx event. It was really fun to attend. And yeah, it was just to be in the energy of it. So whatever it is that you want, whatever your dream is, whatever your vision is, put yourself as much as possible in the energy of it, and do it in Canva or Photoshop. Imagine yourself, visualize like Walt Disney, and that dream being fulfilled. And just making it absolutely non-negotiable, making it your magnificent obsession. And I think it was Napoleon Hill, yes, in Think and Grow Rich, said, make it your magnificent obsession. Be so excited about it and fired up about it, that energy, that really good high energy. That's actually why I'm I value our fitness and health so much, because I've just so much more to do in life and achieve, and I want to have that good energy and high energy and good health to carry me together. So that's an important part of, and the great thing is when you're doing high ticket coaching, then you have the time to take care of yourself as well, and your fitness and your health. Because if you're doing low ticket, you've got more clients, and it's busier, and it's like there's a lot more admin to take care of, and then you have to hire somebody, and it's like it's not as simple, structured, and streamlined as high ticket. Okay, find evidence people that have achieved what you want to achieve. Follow them, buy their programs if you can, and learn from them. You got to find people a few steps ahead of you. You need those people in your life somehow online, because they're evidence. Because jealousy is, if you ever feel jealous of somebody, it's wonderful to reframe it and realize, oh my God, they've shown me that it's possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because why not me? If they can do it, why not me? And if you feel, yeah, but I'm not X, or I don't look like them, very important. There's people all sizes, all shapes, all ages that are successful online. You're not required to look a certain way in order to be successful. That's really important to know. So if you've got that limiting belief, drop it now. Because you'll attract a particular audience. Because you'll inspire people. If you're successful and you look a particular way, and other people say, oh my God, wow, well, she doesn't look like I don't know, Cindy Crawford. Is that her name? Cindy Crawford. And she's successful, then maybe I can be too. And that's how you inspire others, by being first, being the leader, and showing that you're not letting those limiting beliefs get in the way. It's all the gunk inside our head that holds us back, not the external environment. Okay, so find somebody that inspires you and follow them. So this is one that inspires me, Eileen Wilder, and she made $1 million in a day. So she has lots of 2 Comma Club awards, but I'm like, okay, if she can do it in a day, then I want to learn from her. So I have joined her program, her speaking school, and her $1 Million Masterclass program, and I'm learning from her, her approach. And by the way, then you don't have to follow it like everything, because I wouldn't teach the same way that she would teach, but you pick up and learn from her, what you can. And actually, she is linked to the dresses story I'm going to tell you at the end. Getting more interesting, isn't it? But yeah, it's actually due to her. Okay, secret number 3, the surefire system that attracts high-ticket coaching clients on autopilot fast while you walk your dog. Okay, so I have had this happen to me. I don't know if you've had that, you get that ding or notification in Stripe, you've got funds received, and it's a really beautiful feeling to get that whilst you're out walking your dog. or at the supermarket, or you wake up in the morning and it's there. So that's the beauty of our work as well. So here is how you can create that system. These steps, listen carefully. It's very simple, streamlined, structured. You got to create a compelling offer, and we're going to do a bit of workshopping on that in a few moments. But just for now, just know that you've got to have an offer for your target market, because you need to help them. Like if they say, "Oh, how can you help me?" You've got to know how, right? You've got to have an idea in your head of how you're going to get them the result they want. They're at A, they want to be at B, and you're saying, "Oh, I can help you to get there." And they'll say, "Oh, really? How?" Like, and then you say, "I've got this program, and it's going to help you to get to here," right? So you've got to create a compelling offer, and you've got to know how to share it, right, in a compelling way. Step number 2. I love this one, and I don't know anybody else that has teaching. I've never heard of this. Neve made it up, and it works if you work with 50 practice clients. Now, it works particularly well if you happen to be inside a coaching academy and you're training to be a coach, because then you have justifiable reason to reach out and say, I'm a coach in training. Can I offer you a sample session? And then they get to experience, more people in the world get to experience how powerful coaching is. And you also build a relationship with them. They get to know you, they get to like you, they get to trust you. And I can tell you personally, for me, I hire people that I know or have some kind of relationship. If I need somebody to do something for me and I have some kind of a relationship with them, I'm much more likely to go to them rather than somebody that I don't know. So if you've already got a relationship established with them because you have offered them a practice coaching session for free, usually, depending on what stage you're at. And then if you have a powerful masterclass or webinar where you're going to share your offer on it, then it's likely that some of those 50 clients are going to decide to jump on your offer. They say, I really enjoyed, or I really got benefit, not just enjoyed, hopefully I really got benefit from that one session with him. I'm going to continue with them. I'm going to work with them. And that's how simple this system is. You then sell your compelling offer on the webinar. So it's 4 simple steps. You create your compelling offer. You work with 50 practice clients. You create a powerful webinar. You sell your compelling offer. Now you might be saying, yeah, but how can I work with 50 practice clients? I'm not in a coaching academy. There's other ways around it, but that's one way. There's other ways that you can reach out to people, but it's a fast way of doing it if you're and that's what inside the Fire Coaching Academy, anybody that wants to certify to become a Fire coach has to work with 50 clients. So, and I wanted to share, I'm not going to play the video because to be honest, I'm live streaming and I'm so proud of myself that technically I figured it out, how to live stream from Zoom into a Facebook group. And I'm afraid to click on something and then it suddenly won't work because it's not the usual way to do it. But look at the subtitle. This is on my YouTube. And I must put it inside the Facebook group as well, this testimonial. Betty, within 3 to 4 months, managed to get 7 clients. Now, how did she get them? She worked with practice clients. She she got lots of practice clients very fast, and then offered them a program, created a program and offered it to them, and they jumped on it. So it really does work if you work it. Okay, so let's work your offer. I want to help you now to brainstorm on your offer and to give you some tips on how to make a compelling offer. Okay, so and by the way, anybody on live, if you watch this within 24 hours, I know there's some people that couldn't watch it and they want the replay. So if you watch it within 24 hours, I'm going to gift you a compelling offer worksheet that I have, a really, really good one. So that's your gift for showing up live or within 24 hours. Okay, so who is your program for? Think about it. You've got to really decide. You've got to be very clear on it. So for me, my program is for coaches and also healers and service providers that want to earn more from their business, who want to create high ticket programs. that's the results that they want. They want to earn more money. And so you have to think about what result is your program going to provide. If it's weight loss, are they going to lose 10 pounds in 10 weeks, or are they going to reverse their type 2 diabetes, or are they going to find their soulmate if it's relationships, for example, or are they going to heal broken relationship? Or in parenting, are they going to become a more confident, patient parent? So many different options, but choose a result. The more tangible you can make it, the better. It's not always possible depending on your niche, when it's a soft skill, when it's emotional. But top tip for that, what you can do is measure on a scale of 1 to, just say it's confidence. They come to you for increasing their confidence online with visibility. And so you can say to them at the start of the program, on a scale of 1 to 10, where's your confidence level for going live, for example? And if they say 3, then what you can't promise because you can't control the outcome, but you can say it's likely if you follow this program and work with me that you'll feel 7 out of 10 confidence, right? So that's how you can measure something that's intangible. So what I want you to do, and if you're on the replay, of course, you can hit pause, is list some high ticket offer ideas. What you're doing here is creating a program, and the very first thing you want to do is to think about, what is this program going to solve and for whom? Result. This is what coaching is. Coaching provides results. So you've got to be very clear on the results that you provide. Yeah. And the clearer that you can state it, the better. Okay. And then what you do is called an offer stack. To create your offer, you have the name of the offer, name of the program, and it's on average 4 bonuses. I'm going to demonstrate this at the end, and I'm going to share with you as I'm doing it. So it'll be clearer to you, but that's what you do. So I want you to really think about your high ticket offer now. If you want to offer a program for $5,000, for example, what do you want to include in it? And also, a top tip, a very important tip, focus more when you're sharing your offer, focus more on the benefits of the offer, not on this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to get there. That's a big mistake that I made for a long time, focusing on all the features of the program rather than how it's going to benefit the person. Yeah. So focus more on benefits. That's a marketing tip. Okay. And we're going to come back to that, but I really hope that the seed is sown for you to think about that compelling offer. And yeah, if you're lucky, you get the compelling offer worksheet, which goes into it in a lot more detail and will help you to brainstorm on the offer. Okay, so step number 1 is you create your offer that you feel very excited about. You really get behind it. You can make it a lot of fun with some good fun bonuses in it. And then you work with practice clients so they get to experience what it's like to coach with you. You create a webinar or masterclass. Same thing, really, different name. And sell. You sell. you have to help people to make a buying decision, and in order to do that, you need to sell your offer. And if you're in business, you've got to sell. That's part of it. And that's, I think people get into coaching or healing because they're so passionate about wanting to help people, but they shy away when, that money photo, when it comes to that. But if this is your business, then you've got to really adapt that business mindset and the mindset of selling. And by the way, you're helping them by selling. You might have some beliefs like, I don't want to take their money. My God, I don't want them to have stress around money. And you forget about the incredible results that they're going to get, that it's going to help them. And the more that people invest, the more invested they are. If they invest low ticket or if they get it for free, they're not going to be as invested. It's human nature. It's not, it's not a judgment for all of us, right? When we get something for free, we're not going to show up. But if you had invested $10,000 for this masterclass, you'd be like really, listening to it like your life depended on it, right? And actually, I can tell you a true story about that. With Katrina Ruth, I did invest $10,000 with her for a group program a few years ago. And I remember it was huge for me. It was a massive investment, money that I probably didn't have at the time, most likely. And so I remember just like, I really wanted to hear every word she said. And the first thing she said in the first week was success is a habit. And I really heard it like never before, that your habits create your reality and create your success. And so it was really focused on what habits do you have. And that really did change my life related to habits. I became a lot more disciplined because I had invested so much. And I was like, I'm going to do everything she says and I'm going to follow everything. And yeah, you know, I invested highly. And if I had been like, oh no, it's too much money and I don't have it, then I wouldn't have had that life transformation that I still have to this day. And you know, the ripple effect of that in my life, but not only in my life, but in the lives of my clients as well. That I was going to say on my kids, but that's debatable. I'm sure that the seed is sown there. Depends on the topic. But really, you know, you gotta think of the value behind what you're selling and not shy away from selling it at a high price, because you'll be doing your client a favor. I can guarantee you, if that program that I invested with Katrina Ruth had only been like 1,000, I probably, you know, I definitely wouldn't have been so, I got to do everything, you know, I got to get everything from it, right? So that's the mindset behind it as well. Okay, this comes with a warning, this approach that I've just shared, this 4-step approach, a firm warning, and I want you to sit up and listen to this. Okay, because I don't want you to forget about it. Do not do anything else. Do not do anything else. This is all you need. You create an offer, you work with practice clients to demonstrate your coaching and to get testimonials and to build relationships. Number 3, you create a webinar, and or you do it live. You can speak from stage, even better, to have that one-to-one personal interaction. And you sell. Yeah, you make your offer. That's it. That is those 4 steps for your business. That's what you need. Now, of course, there's also posting, and you know, like I've been sharing a blog nearly every day. It just comes to me, inspired ideas, and it's something fun that I do from flow. And you know, people see that and they might hire me as a result of that. You know, it's not, I'm not saying that, you know, do nothing else. Like, you've got to also show up and share from your heart, do it in an inspired way on platforms that you enjoy. And that's very much part of it as well. But you really, you know, have to do it from energetically from a passionate place, not from like, oh, I need to do this. You know, it's getting that passion and that purpose behind what you're doing. But when I say do not do anything else, it's like, what I'm saying is, don't get distracted with school or with Clubhouse, if it even exists anymore, I don't know. If you feel drawn to them, you know, I'm very much a believer in following our intuition, and you really, you know, decide, is this going to help me, or is it more a shiny object, or do I feel like I'm being divinely led? That's it. So you got to really be vigilant. Yeah. Okay. Oh, here, this is great. Oh, darn it. I can't. Hang on. Maybe I can. Watch the dog. This is the focus you need. Be focused for the black puck. Okay. So I really love that, because this is how we need to be. This is how focused we need to be on our business. And, you know, remember in secret number 2, when I talked about having a vision, having a compelling goal, that's the hockey puck, right? The black hockey puck there, you know, and you just stay focused on that and don't get distracted. I'm telling you, because I've done it 1,000 times and I don't want you to. Learn from my mistakes. And it's not just my mistakes, it's so common. It's really staying focused, keeping it simple, because you need that high energy as well. Because when you're in that good vibrational high energy space, then these inspired ideas come to you, and you really enjoy your business. And that's the energy you want, because also as a coach, you want to have good energy to bring that good energy to your clients, to help them to raise their vibration. So if you're like, you know, you're, you know, not going to be energetically, you're not going to be able to raise their vibration as high. I know you know what I mean. Okay. Oh yeah, inside the Fired Up Coaching Academy, there is a goal that I've created, a 10K in a day award. And that's really, if you get to a point and I was talking about Betty earlier, I'm working with her on it, and I know she's an incredible coach. She's so inspiring. I'd highly recommend following her. And I have no doubt that she is going to get a 10K in a day award. It's a matter of time. She's creating her 5K offer now, and it's going to be awesome. So yeah, check her out, Betty Fitzgerald. But yeah, if you wanted to join, and that's not my offer today, the Fired Up Coaching Academy, but that is a year-long academy where you get to do it slowly. What I'm going to share today is something if you want a result fast. But if you're slow and steady and you just want to build your confidence steadily, and you want to, do all the moving parts at your own pace, and you want to learn great coaching skills, etc., then I would recommend the Fired Up Coaching Academy. And that would be a great goal to go for as well. Having a goal in your mind and deciding, I'm going to get to that stage. Me, 1 million in a funnel, I'm far from that, but I absolutely am certain I'm going to achieve it because it's part of my vision, and I know myself. I'm not going to give up. It's really, it's ingrained, right? And that's what you need. So decide for you. You maybe start with 10K in a day. I would say that I got my first 10K in a day a couple of years ago. I've had several 10K days. And actually, in a 4-week period, 18,000 is what I've has been my biggest 4-week to date. But that's gonna change. But yeah, my point here is to really choose a goal and decide that you're going to achieve it. Okay, so those are the 3 secrets that I shared, and catch the replay to remind yourself of those 3 secrets, because it's really good business advice and things that I wish that I had known in my early days when I was starting out. By the way, I want to share something with you as well, about well, I guess I can move to the next slide. It's even less busier as I share this. Talking about discipline. Discipline is what you must have to resist the lure of excuses. It's again staying focused, and that's me on my fitness journey there. Really, I'm proud of myself with how disciplined I've been, because I hired a coach and I had to report to the coach, and that makes all the difference in the world, because I'm not a disciplined person by nature. I've become more disciplined, and now I've got evidence of the discipline. So you gain more confidence in your discipline. Like, no matter what age you are, you can change your relationship with discipline, by the way. And it really is just like, how badly do you want it, and believing that it's possible for you. Because I think that's why I used not to be disciplined. I just didn't believe me. I'm not the kind of person who, but that changes. Your reality can change in an instant when you decide that something is now possible for you, right? But what I wanted to share just about the 4 steps that I shared with you, which again, to remind you, was to create your compelling offer. Step number 1, reach out to work with 50 practice clients. So you've got relationship building and you're showing your expertise, right? You're demonstrating it and you get testimonials. So create your offer, work with the practice clients, create your masterclass or webinar, and sell your program. But step number 3, create your masterclass. The great thing is, like, this masterclass is evergreen. It doesn't matter. You don't need also to, my daughter had a health scare at the weekend, and just before this masterclass discovered that it's all fine. We had to do tests. But so it was totally thrown. And last week as well, there's been a lot of busyness with my children, going through exams and other things as well, just particularly busy. And I really didn't get to promote this masterclass, but it doesn't stress me because it's evergreen. And I know, for high ticket programs, it's something that I can just share with people that are interested in my work. If I share a blog and somebody is saying that they want to work with me, then I'll just share the masterclass. That's the great thing. It really removes that stress of, like, the numbers game, that just really never resonated with me, or just because, again, you want to have that good energy, you want spaciousness, and with high ticket coaching, you don't need a lot, you don't need that very large audience, because if you're charging, my year-long program VIP is 25,000, so I don't need to be selling 25 of those by any means, right? Well, in the future maybe, but just FYI. if people, and people will pay as well for, if you really resonate with somebody, they will, they might, and it might seem like a lot, but they'll say, no, you're the one I want to work with. And I've had people say this to me, it's like, it just really resonates with me, the way that you say it, the way you teach it. Other people, I don't resonate with them at all, which is completely normal, but also the same will apply for you. When you share your message, don't be afraid to be you. You've got to be you, because for some people, you will inspire them, and it may be in some ways earlier versions of you, but it's very, very important that you be yourself so that they can feel your energy and that you strike that exacting tone with them. And I can't tell you the amount of times that I've had people say, it's like, just something about the way you share it, Niamh, it just really resonates. And it's like, I just knew, and I love that, because I'm like that as well, with coaches. I just know I don't need to, I'm a quick decision maker, and I know I really had to learn how to respect and understand that some people are not, and they require a lot of time. So I'm like, just do it, and it's a sign of success. The faster that you can make decisions, then the faster you move, and that there's no wrong decisions, that you're going to learn from your mistakes. You don't want to be reckless, obviously, but if you're deciding and making a firm decision to back yourself, then decisions should be easy, right? It's like, well, I'm backing myself, so I'm going to do this, right? I'm not going to hesitate, because I decided that I'm all in, right? And I'm, burning the boats and no turning back. And I've just got to make, I've just got to make this work. And I believe I'm going to make it work. You've really got to be in that mindset. And again, it's a decision and believing it's possible for you. So I want to ask you a question now. I want you to really think about, could this work for you? Do you think this could work for you? This simple, streamlined system, creating an offer, working with practice clients, creating a webinar, and selling. Do you think that it could work for you? That you could have 5K days, 10K days, and beyond? And I hope you're answering yes. And if you're not, let's have a private conversation about that, because I'd love to help you. Not to try and convince you by any means, but it's always our limiting beliefs. Yeah, I can tell you, oh my God, I have another incredible client, and I'm so excited for her she's really getting there with, getting her message out there. And she's had such obstacles in her life, but she's so gifted. And, she was told that she wasn't going to get anywhere in life. And she really is. And it's like, we don't have to believe what we were told about ourselves. And that you'll be even more inspiring then, because you go on and you say, well, I was told that I wasn't going to amount to anything. And, and look at me now. That's so inspiring. It's a lot more inspiring than, some professor who, hasn't been through, being in the trenches. Yeah. And that's why I love, a client who's gotten a result from themselves, where they've been through something really challenging and they've gotten a result, is a lot more. I always encourage them then. I have like a secret agenda with, like, you really should position yourself, if you feel to, if it lights you up, as an expert in that area, because you've succeeded in doing it for yourself. And that's so inspiring, because people will look and say, if they can do it, I can do it. And it's a lot more inspiring than somebody who's got a PhD and letters after their names. Yes, they've studied the research, etc. But then you think, yeah, well, it's easy for them. But somebody who's been through challenges and they've succeeded, then I think if they can do it, then I can do it. Okay, so my second question is, would you like it to work fast? I'm assuming you've answered yes to the first question. Would you like it to work fast? That's what my offer today is going to be, to help those of you who really just are like, oh my God, everything that Niamh said is resonating with me, and I'm ready. I really want to do this. I really want to have an impact. I really want to reach those people that, and I want Niamh's help to help me to know where to find those people, to let them know about the power and the benefits of coaching. And I want to help them to solve their problems. Okay, so here is the fast offer that I'm making. It's 5 weeks. 5 weeks. We're going to work really intensively together for 5 weeks to get you to a 5K day. So we're going to create now But I say a 5K day, it really depends what stage you're at. You might feel more comfortable with a $3,000 program or $2,000 or, but high ticket is really from $2,000 up. So, but if you are at the very start and you felt more comfortable with the thousands and then knowing that you can double your price afterwards, you can literally double your prices. I've done it. And I have an interesting story about that. I was so scared to do it. And I think that was my first 10K day that I made when I did. But that's really, it's so much about mindset. So this program, an intensive 5-week one-to-one program with me, you get 1 day a week with me over 4 weeks. And I'll tell you why it's a 5-week program, because there's something to be done every week. Let me tell you what we do. The first week, we'll get you clear on your promise, which is also, your positioning. What is it that and I love to ask that question, like, what do you promise your clients? Obviously, like I would say here, my promise is that you'll get 5K in 5 weeks. Promise, but I can't like make an oath, right? Because you might make 10K, you might sell 2 or 3, or you might not. It depends on what stage you're at. It depends on so many things, but you'll have everything in place, and it will happen. It will happen if you stay the course. Okay, what pain is your future client in? This is what we discuss on the first VIP day. The VIP day, the way that will work is we'll do an hour together, an hour and a half, probably early in the morning, and then you'll have to do some work, and then we'll meet for about another hour and a half, and then you'll do some more work, and then we'll meet. It's really implementation. And yeah, it's planned out that you're going to get so much work done in this 5 weeks. It's going to change your business dramatically. So you're going to create your 5K compelling offer, and together I'll help you to do that. And you're going to create your webinar or masterclass. You're going to come up with a good title and start creating the sections of it already in week 1. We will do that together. And then for the rest of the week, or until we meet again the following week, you're going to be working more on fleshing out your offer, and we'll be in touch because this is intensive with me. So we'll be in touch daily, and I'll be very responsive to your questions, and to, you'll be sharing the copy with me, etc., and I can help you with it. And then we will create posts together for your messaging. Like I said earlier, I don't like to pre-schedule stuff, but it does help to have some ideas, and then you can decide when to share, or you might change it. You might feel a different inspired message on some day, but it's good to have, at the start, especially when you're not used to creating posts, it can really get the ball rolling, right? Client attraction, different ways that you can reach your target audience. We'll continue to work on your webinar, and then your opt-in, because we'll set a date for your webinar, which will be from your first session, will be 4 weeks. So when we start, just say we started working on the 1st of June, then it would be like the 1st of July that you would run your webinar, so that you have a month to promote it and to create it. And then I'll help you to create a landing page. There's many different ways to do that, to capture emails, create it in a Facebook group. I'll show you how you can Zoom live stream over Zoom into a Facebook group, for example. I'm going to be helping you with all those technical parts. I'm going to be, very available. Yeah, this is like a VIP client for 5 weeks. And, because usually I say I will reply within 24 to 48 hours if it's a Voxer client, voice memoing or email, but this is going to be fast. Okay, and then you'll finish your webinar. I'll help you with the marketing and with your messaging, and then the logistics of it, and also help you to cover, the reasons why your future client might say, oh, well, I'm not ready yet, to brainstorm on that. It's called objections. I'll go through all of that. The 4th week is the webinar will go live. So for example, if it's the 1st of June, it would be the 1st of July. I can MC it. I have training in being an MC now through Eileen Wilder. Your webinar event, if you want me to be on it with you and to help you with it. And I could even interview. We could do an interview style if you felt more comfortable with that, so that you get you're able to share your program, but you don't have to know what to say next or how to, I'll help you to structure it, and when it comes to the sales part, I'll help you with that as well. Now, normally I will take 30% commission on sales for that if you choose that option, but if you avail of this by Sunday, which, oh gosh, I have to check my calendar again. I can't remember the date, but it's about the 10th of May-ish, whenever the Sunday is, then I'm going to offer you this as a bonus for free. And then post-event, week 5, is the follow-up to optimize sales and to continue on your journey. Because honestly, having a masterclass that demonstrates your work and what you do, it's a bit like having a book, right? The next step would be to write a book related to it, but that's a lot more time consuming. But it's really, once you have that, that's actually all you need for your, that and reach out, relationship building, because your offer will be included in your webinar. So, and then it will be a matter of sharing it out and promoting it, etc. So I would help you with that as well. Also, when you get people on calls, I will help you with, I don't like to use a sales script too much because I'm quite organic, even though, it's some people really do follow structured scripts, and I have a good structured script that you can use when you're on a sales call with a potential future client. You'll get that as part of the 5-week program. Okay. So it's 5 weeks to 5K day. Like I said, it's VIP, and it's a lot of time from me. And it's not just on the VIP day. You're having one VIP day per week, but it's every weekday that you will have access to me, and I'll be continuing to help you. Because there's going to be a lot of practical work, right? It takes a lot of work to create a masterclass. Like this masterclass has 116 slides in it, right? So there's a lot of planning and tweaking of it to do. So. But I will be there to do it with you, not for you, but with you. Okay, so remember earlier when we talked about creating your compelling offer? I've just shared with you mine. I haven't shared the stack yet, but this is a teaching point as well. I'm teaching and selling at the same time here. So this program is for anybody who wants to make 5K in 5 weeks. And what result do they want? They want to get that financial goal. And then, what it's called. So what I said here is try to put the result in the program title. It's not compulsory, but it makes it very easy to understand, right? I mean, 5 weeks to your 5K day, you're going to know what that's about, right? So, if I called it the daffodil program, people do, because I like daffodils and I put a picture of a daffodil on it, people are going to be thinking that it's about growing daffodils, right? So it's important what you name your program. Yeah. Okay. There is 4 bonuses, the stack, right? So I'm stacking bonuses, and this is an incredible bonus. The Fired Up Coaching Academy, you're going to get access to the content, the 4 core modules of the Fired Up Coaching Academy. Inside the Fired Up Coaching Academy, there is foundational coaching skills, 10 lessons. And then what I'm in the process of creating is the advanced coaching skills. There is also self-coaching skills, which is all about discipline, structure, habits, and business building skills. So those are, you'll have access to those for life, the content of that. That's what anybody who joins the Fired Up Coaching Academy gets, the value of that. The price to join the Fired Up Coaching Academy is $10,000. Okay, so that's bonus number 1. Oh, here it is. Yeah, there's the foundational coaching skills. You'll get all this content as a bonus when you sign up for the 5K in 5 weeks program. You get business building skills, self-coaching skills, and advanced coaching skills, which is really powerful. You'll be a really good coach at the end of it. Okay, that's the Fired Up Coaching Academy, and you get that as a bonus. Unless you want to join the Fired Up Coaching Academy, let's have a chat if you do. And you also get the Facebook group support as well, where you can share your webinar slides, etc., and tag me on it inside the Facebook group, ask questions, etc. And you'll get 12 months access to that. Okay, you also get guided meditation bundle. I've got so many meditations I've created over the years, and they really do help with your mindset to get that quick energy shift. That's bonus number 2. Bonus number 3 is the Fired Up Fitness program. I lost 10 pounds, I think, when I started. Now, I do look extra large belly on the left on the 12th of September 2022. That's when I started my journey, because I entered a 12-week fitness program, and I ate a big curry that evening. I had drank 3 liters of water because I was told, look, fat. And but some of it you can't. I mean, it wasn't like for certain. Even if I hadn't done that, I mean, I regret it. I regret exaggerating it, but I did. I definitely shredded for sure. I went down a few gene sizes from those 12 weeks, and I just learned, how to efficiently drop fat. I mean, oh my God, there's just so much information is the precursor to transformation, and that really does apply to fitness and health as well. The more that okay. And here's, I'm very passionate about manifestation, and I want to share a short story with you about, I was, that 12-week shred and hiring. I knew that if I was to enter that 12-week shred, because I had tried a few of Kim Constable group programs before, and I always ended up giving up because it's so easy to hide and nobody knows if you give up, if you're in a group. So I knew I needed to hire a one-to-one coach. So I needed individual accountability. But it was quite an investment for me at the time. It was money I just hadn't budgeted for. And I was like, oh, I really shouldn't. But I really want to. And, and what if I give up? I'm just so daunted in the gym. So I don't know. And it was called the 12-week shred, but I just knew I wanted to do it. I got that feeling inside of me, and I parked my car, and this is in Neon, Switzerland, and the word shred was engraved on the wall, and I had my sign. I have never in my life had such a clear sign of when I was unclear about what to do. So I immediately joined the 12-week shred and hired the coach. And that was such a great decision, because it really has transformed my life. And I know it's had a ripple effect. I know I've had feedback from many people that they have since joined gyms or really worked on their fitness level. And that's such a delight, because then they pay it forward, they inspire others. That's the fantastic thing about coaching, you inspire, and it's just making the world a better place, basically. The story, I'm just sharing about manifestation, because the next bonus I'm going to share is about manifestation. That's why I'm sharing these stories for it. When I was in Florida, that also, the Fiona, I'm actually going to Dr. Joe's event in Basel with her this weekend, Dr. Joe Dispenza's event. But we were put in touch because we both have a homeschooled daughter. No, she knew I had a homeschooled daughter. Somebody said, well, Neve's daughter is homeschooled, ask Neve. It was about the administration of how you declare it in Switzerland. And so she got in touch with me, and she said, are you a coach? And I said, yeah. And she said, do you know ClickFunnels? I said, yes. Oh my God, like, do you? Because not many people know about it if you're not, in Geneva, if you're not in the online world. And she has a skincare range, organic skincare, but she was also using ClickFunnels and was in Russell Brunson's inner circle. And that's how I ended up. But what a synchronicity, it was about homeschooling, but what are the odds? So I'm a real believer. I share this because I know about manifestation works, really does. And that I ended up in Orlando was due to me visualizing my 2 Comma Club award. And that seed has been sown through Fiona. And Fiona then said, you've got to come to Orlando. You've got to go to Funnel Hacking Live. And that was magical for me. Even the Peter Sage event, I had not intended to go to that event in Krakow. And there was a girl, oh my God, I'd been sharing in the Facebook group, and a girl reached out to me. I had no contact with her. She said, you inspire me so much in the group. Are you coming to Krakow? I said, oh, I don't know. She said, please, I have a spare bed in my room. I want to invite you as my guest. Please come to Krakow. And it was like, wow, that was incredible for me. And it was manifestation. It was something that I really wanted to do. So off I went, and then, meeting Benjamin Hardy. Back when I was, just starting out as a coach, and was so in awe of Benjamin Hardy. I wasn't manifesting back then. I didn't. Well, I was definitely inspired, but to meet him and in person was that was magical for me as well. And yeah, this, look out for all of these things that life gifts you. It's really beautiful, and there's no mistakes. So manifestation mastery. Oh, I'm so excited. to run this program, and everybody inside the Fired Up Coaching Academy is going to get it too as a bonus. Manifestation mastery, and it really is understanding manifestation and vibration and frequency and what you can do practically, because it's not just the practical strategy work, it's also your mindset, and energetically it's connecting with the quantum field. I'm going to be doing a lot of that this weekend with Dr. Joe Dispenza. I've learned a lot from him, but also I've learned from Neville Goddard, so many manifestation teachers. You know, there is this invisible force, this magic, this power, and there's so many different names for it, from God to the divine to universal life force. And but there's something there, and we're all connected. You know, from simple things like you think about somebody you haven't thought about in a while, and they suddenly call you. That's a simple example of it, but it's magical, and it's beautiful to tap into that. And remember that it's available to all of us, and so that will also help to transport you on your journey to achieving your vision. It's an important part of it. Okay, so what you will get, I just want to recap on what you will get. The 5 weeks to your 5K day. That's when you invest in my 5 weeks to 5K day program. This is all you're going to get. Okay, the bonus number 1 is the Fired Up Coaching Academy, which is $10,000 value. Bonus number 2 is the meditation bundle, $299 in value. And bonus number 3 is the Fired Up Fitness program, $500. You know what? I think that's what I sold it at, but it's worth a lot more. If you were really to follow it and to learn it, it's worth a lot more. And I'll tell you what, if you sign up for the 5-week program and you want accountability for it, because remember what I said about a one-to-one coach, you can use me. You can avail of my support for that too, because that accountability makes a massive difference, because it's hard to stay disciplined when you're doing it alone. Okay, manifestation mastery. But sorry, just to go back though, it's hard to stay disciplined, but remember I said information is a precursor to transformation. You learn a lot of good information that will already help you to change your eating habits, and you know, to understand if you want to grow your muscles, if you want to strength train, you learn a lot of valuable information about how to do that efficiently and the right way. Eat lots of protein. That's one of the basics. Okay, manifestation mastery is bonus number 4. That fun program that I'll be sharing. So you'll get all of that as well as the 5 weeks to your 5K day. So it's huge. It's not just 5 weeks, because you're going to get the content from the Fired Up Coaching Academy, plus access to the Facebook group. You're going to get the meditations. You're going to get the fitness. You're going to be fit and healthy, or fitter and healthier, and the manifestation mastery program, which I'm going to start creating as soon as I get back from the progressive workshop, because I know it'll be fresh in my mind. Dr. Joe Dispenza is a great teacher on that topic. Okay, so the value of all of that together is $799. That's all the value that you will get. And what you will pay for it if you invest today is $5,000. If you invest by Sunday, this is ongoing, this offer, but if you invest by Sunday, I will come on your webinar or do it interview style. Remember, in week 4 of the 5-week program, so that you know, to help you to make more sales. Okay, and again, like I said, though, you know, it's going to be something that you'll have way beyond the 5 weeks, right? It's going to be your signature program, your business, and then after that, all you need to do really is just put yourself out there and promote yourself, and it will really help with your confidence, you know, having that foundation. Okay, so that is everything that you'll get. And this is a lovely quote from Winston Churchill that I want to share with you, because I think it's so important. To each, there comes in their lifetime a special moment when they are figuratively tapped on the shoulder and offered the chance to do a very special thing, unique to them and fitted to their talents. What a tragedy if that moment finds them unprepared or unqualified for that which could have been their finest hour. And really, moral of that story is, you know, take the opportunity and run with it, and think, you know, how would that change my life if I really go all in on creating that structured business, that simple, streamlined business, and I decide to work with high ticket clients and not itty bitty low ticket, you know, from the get-go. How will that change my life? And also how I will show up, etc. And then you can get nice dresses. So I want to share about the dresses because I said I was going to. Oh, but wait, before I share about the dresses, I just want to help you. These are objections. You might be thinking, yeah, Neve, that sounds great, but maybe you're thinking it's too late. You know, I'm over the hill, Neve. And I really want to challenge you with that. You know, you might say, it's no matter what age you are, look at this lady. She is 103 years old and she's still inspiring. Dr. Gladys McGarry, you can search for her on YouTube, and she's sharing at 103. So she must have a very good coach. I don't think she has a coach now. Who knows? Maybe. I wonder, will I have a coach when I'm 103? Who knows? But my point is that you really can, at any age, inspire, because there's, maybe at Gladys' age, there's not a lot of 103-year-olds around, but maybe there's people that are 80 or 90 that would love to work with her. I don't think she's offering coaching programs, but you got my point, right? That at any age and no matter what stage you are at, there's people behind you. You might also be thinking you're too young, you don't have enough experience, but you know what? Sometimes our story is so familiar to us that we don't realize that it's of benefit. You know what I mean? Like we forget. We forget that, oh yeah, I achieved that, I did that, I've been through that. Okay. You might also be thinking that it's too expensive. It's so much money. What if you decided to go all in and make your 5K in a day by the end of the 5 weeks? Remember, I said I'm really going to be, this is going to be very, I'm going to be very proactive. Now, obviously, there is work to be done. You'll do the work, but I'm going to be holding your hand throughout that. And there's nothing like, somebody like that's waiting on, have you done that part of the webinar? Have you created that? Have you done your opt-in? It's like, oh my God, I have a deadline here. And that's it. It's like the reasoning behind this program is for people who want the results fast. And actually, I created this because an old client came to me and said that she wanted a fast result. That she's saying the Fired Up Coaching Academy sounds great, but I don't have a year to, I want quick results. And so I thought, okay, I can do a version where the Fired Up Coaching Academy is still, the foundational part of it, but for somebody who wants to go really fast, this is it. So just decide that you're going to make your money back and more, right? And if you are thinking, oh, but I've already spent way too much money learning this system and I've wasted a lot of money and it didn't work, etc. I absolutely get you and understand you, and I've absolutely been there. And what I will say to that is never give up. It's all a learning. There's no mistakes, only learning. There's no mistakes, only learning. And also make it count. It's like, well, I'm going to really, decide that I'm going to succeed, because then it's not all just regret and mistakes. It's like, no, it had a happy ending. It had a good outcome because I really went for it at the end. And I can tell you, it's so much about your energy. Remember, your reality can shift in an instant. And today is the first day of the rest of your life. And it's the day that you decide, I'm not giving up on myself. I'm going to get there. Okay. The dresses, the pink one. You see number 4 is the pink one. And the shoes, it's actually 2 stories, but yeah, so these are Christian Louboutin. It's interesting. It's a lovely box that it comes in, and yes, they're lovely heels. And it's interesting, they even give you, okay, there's a lovely red Louboutin. They're really expensive shoes, and they even inside this little pocket is, you see the heels at the end, they give you with little screws replacement heels. Isn't that clever? And all Louboutins, FYI, are red at the base, but they are so darn hard to walk in. Now, I don't know. I just always had this idea in my head that I wanted a pair of red Louboutins. And then I hired my designer, Sas Jimenez, when she was creating my new website, and she was doing the branding. And in it, she put red, I don't know if they're Louboutins, but heels. I was like, oh my God, that's such a coincidence, that is me. That is, that is a side of me, I'm a fitness girl, but I do like to dress up occasionally. And even if I can't walk in heels, I'm practicing, and, that feminine, I'm actually, in a program, and I joined it for that, leaning more into my feminine side, and it is important to me. So the dresses, they have come about because Eileen Wilder, who I follow on Instagram, she was sharing a reel and she said, you might notice that I'm always wearing different dresses. Well, I don't own them. I rent them. I was like, what? And she said, yeah, I rent the dresses and I send them back. I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. In the US, I was like, does that exist in Europe? And I was Googling. And I was kind of like, I was like half-hearted and, didn't really pursue it, but I had joined a list. And then this one that I rented these dresses from, they came up with this offer and said, get your first box for free for 2 weeks. So I'm still in the trial, but I love it. I'm definitely going to pay monthly. But yeah, so I've gotten these, it was just so weird. These 4 dresses arrived and they all fit and it's just so much fun. I swear to God, I brought my daughter to the doctor yesterday and I wore one of the dresses. Like I normally wouldn't, but it's fun. And, there's something about it, to dress up, right? So that is the dresses. That is why I have 4 free dresses. And the great thing about it is you can purchase them as well. So yeah, it depends where you are, whether they'll ship to you, but whatever country you're in, they probably do have, they're becoming more popular, this idea of renting clothes, and they dry clean the clothes, and they came in a really nice box. It was all very impressive actually, and a lot of fun. I'm kind of like, when I was wearing the dress outside yesterday, I kind of felt like, am I allowed? It's like, it was weird. This is not mine. But it is for now. And I can decide then if I want to purchase them or not. So, I mean, it is a risk because of the, the sizing, but I got lucky really with the sizing. So that is the dresses and the Louboutins. And there's another story about the heels actually. So as part of me competing on stage, I, for in the bikini competition, which for me is a goal. It's not like that I've had this lifelong dream to prance around the stage in heels and a bikini. Quite daunted by the prospect actually, but I'm sure I'll get to like it. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. I haven't started yet, but posing is a very important part of the process. You have to learn to pose. And so I've hired this coach for a year to get to stage. And I said to him like, I can't walk in heels. And he was like, he's kind of like very like, there's no messing about here. And he said, well, you're going to have to learn to walk in heels. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, so I've been practicing. Now, luckily, it's not Louboutins, it's not this high, the heel for stage, but yeah, it is quite, it's a heel. And Neve I'm not very good at it. I have discovered these things called something, I can't remember what they're even called. I haven't even opened it yet, but Virginia Lou or something. It makes it easier. Actually, I literally haven't opened it yet. I keep meaning to. But yeah, I have to put it in the heel. I'm going to open it right now and you'll see. And it apparently makes it 4 times easier to walk in the heel. So let's do the package opening. Yeah, wear high heels 4 times longer without pain. This is related to high ticket, right? Isn't it? I guess, you high heels, high ticket. Vivian Lou, yeah. Insoles, they're these weight shifting insoles. So yeah, I'm gonna put them inside my Louboutins so that because I can take like 10 steps and I'm like, oh my God. I have a very high instep, so I think that's why. So there you go. That is the story. Hope that was entertaining of my dress and my shoes, which I promised I would share on the masterclass. And by the way, just a side note, remember I said like, just be you and share you, people want to get to know you. And so this is just, you're getting to know me. I didn't strategically decide to put this in the webinar. It's just, I just did, right? You got to follow your flow and, just be you. That's the important part of it as well, right? Stay on topic as much as possible. So yeah, so I did say that for everybody that's on live or that catches this, because I know there's people that really did want to be on live and that they couldn't. So I'm also extending it to you. If you catch it in the next 24 hours, you're going to get a really great workbook that goes into detail, especially for the 4 bonuses. So you can really, because it's fun, you have to make it really fun to create your offer and something that you're really proud of. I'm really proud of my 5K in 5 weeks offer because I know that it's going to change some people's lives and really, you're going to feel a lot more confident having that firm business foundation. Okay, so 5 weeks to your 5K day, just to remind you, what you will get. We will work on your promise and your offer in week 1. We will work on your messaging and your client attraction in week 2. The messaging part is important, you know, to find your voice and feel confident with your voice. And, you know, I'll ask you questions like, what do you really want your ideal clients to know? Like, what's really important to let them know? And I'll help you to develop your voice as well. Webinars, you know, creating your webinar, fleshing it out, marketing it, the logistics involved in that, and then going live, sharing it live. And then week number 5 is the event follow-up. So that's what the 5K in 5 weeks offer is, and it is $5,000 investment. If you want to pay in 2 installments, that is possible too. Message me, reach out to me, and we'll talk about that and look at all the great bonuses you get. The bonuses are, they're worth the price of the program as well. So it's not just your 5 weeks to your 5K day that you're getting. You're really actually getting, like in the Facebook group, you're going to get a year-long support. You know, it's not like bye after 5 weeks, but it's the 5 weeks intensive. And then, yeah, the other programs as well. And yeah, if you want to work on the fitness, I can kick your ass on that. Can even help me to walk in high heels. Not, I'm joking. But yeah, I will share my posing journey. That's going to be interesting. I'm like, oh my God, like I have to, like with the coach, it's part of what he teaches people to go on stage is how to pose. You have to pose in certain ways, you know, to flex your muscles, I guess. And I don't know. So, but I'm like, I need to practice a bit on my own first so that he doesn't go like, oh dear God, like, oh, she doesn't have a hope. She'll trip on the stage. But I'm holding the vision. I'm holding the vision, and anything can be learned, right? Any skill can be learned, yeah, including becoming a high ticket coach. And that is what I want to help you to achieve. So reach out to me. This is an ongoing offer, but it's particularly interesting if you sign up for it by this Sunday. But obviously, if you're watching this webinar and it's 2 or 3 months from now, yeah, let's still have a chat. That is it. I have no clue what time it is. Wow. Okay, I went. Okay, yeah, that went a little bit over, so I'm sorry about that. But thank you for those of you who are on live. Thank you for those watching the replay. I hope you found it beneficial. I hope you create a really compelling offer and that you get those high ticket clients back. Lots of love.